All righty, happy Thursday. It's September the 5th, Hebrews chapter 13. I'll read verses 10 to 14. We have an altar from which those who worship at the tabernacle do not have a right to eat, for the bodies of those animals whose blood is brought into the most holy place by the high priest as a sin offering are burned outside the camp. Therefore Jesus also suffered outside the gate, so that he might sanctify the people by his own blood. Let us then go to him outside the camp, bearing his disgrace. For we do not have an enduring city here. Instead, we seek the one to come. All right, so the whole in the camp, in the city, outside the camp, outside the city, outside the gate, all of that stuff just is a reference to the fact that Jesus was crucified outside the holy city as a shameful thing. Jesus was sacrificed on an eternal altar. Yes, he was hung on a cross. He was crucified. He died on that cross. He gave up his life on that cross, and he was buried. He is the fulfillment of what is pictured in the Day of Atonement sacrifice that we see in this text. And on the Day of Atonement, the sins of the people are transferred to the animal of sacrifice, and the animal is then taken outside the city and burned. Therefore, the sins are symbolically destroyed, and the people are cleansed. Jesus is the fulfillment and actual atoning sacrifice for our sin. Our sin is transferred to him. Paul tells us in 2 Corinthians 5 that Jesus actually became our sin so that we might become the righteousness, his righteousness. Jesus was sacrificed outside the gates. We have to come to Jesus where he is. We go to Jesus in his place of disgrace, in his place of shame, that place of the cross. Crucifixion was a shameful practice of execution in the Roman Empire. We ignore the shame of Jesus' execution because he gave us life. He gave us his life. He gave his life for us. We exalt him and honor him as the sacrificial Lamb of God. Woo! We'll see you tomorrow.